All right, folks, we're going to get started. It's a couple minutes after 4, but we're going to try to keep your own schedule. We're going to try to keep you out, get you out of the sun. You know, one thing about it, last year when we did the, dug the hole to get this place started, it was the hottest day of the year, and I think this is going to be the hottest day of the year so far here too. So I won't keep you out in the sun too long. I thought I would be remiss if I did not thank a lot of folks, and I'm probably going to miss someone, and for that I apologize, but I'm going to touch the high spots at least. Thank the folks who made this building possible. First off, we're going to start with the taxpayers, because they're definitely the ones that helped make it possible. And the commissioners for having the foresight to recognize that we do need this building to keep us cutting edge. And we're going to be cutting edge with the Guilford County Sheriff's Office, and I hope that you realize that this building is going to help us get there and stay, or help us stay there. We're already there. Right? It'll help us stay there. Our goal is to give the citizens of our county the best service that we possibly can. This building and the contents that are going to be in it are going to help us do just that. And with that, I'd like to say that we've had a lot of folks who have helped us with this, not only the commissioners and the taxpayers, but we've also had some drug dealers help us on this. Because this building, this property that you're standing on was actually paid for by drug money. A lot of the equipment that you're going to see inside this building was paid for by drug money. This is a effort that was put together by the taxpayers, the commissioners, and the drug dealers. And for them, I appreciate it. May they serve a long and fruitful life in jail. But there's other folks to thank too. Bar Construction did a fantastic job. We want to thank Bar Construction. They're up here, standing up here with the commissioners. We want to thank them for the efforts that they did. They were great partners in this. We've worked with Facility Services. The manager has been very helpful in helping us find and get the things done that we need to accomplish. Marty Long, and I want to say I appreciate that too. This is something, again, I said that is a long time coming. When you go through this building, you're going to see that we're going to have the space to do the job that we need to be able to do from right here. And we're very, very excited about it. I'm going to turn it over now for a few words to the chairman of the County Commission, Jeff Phillips.
Thank you, Sheriff. It's a great honor to be here today, and as a representative of all of our board members, just to really think back and reflect about how long it's taken for us to get to this point, Sheriff, and it's been several years, certainly as long as I've been on the board. We'll try to keep the old jail somewhere inside 5 years, so you don't have to worry about us repeating, I'd like to think in any case, but as the sheriff has said, and I couldn't say it any better, citizens of Guilford County are primarily responsible for the funding of this facility, and we appreciate their support. We appreciate the support of the board members as we've had the foresight, as the sheriff has said, to appropriate the dollars to be sure that our citizens have the best protection, the best safety possible, provided by the law enforcement represented by the Sheriff's Department in Guilford County. So it's just an honor and a pleasure to be a part of it, part of the decision. And again, we thank all the law enforcement, not only that are here today, but those that could not be with us, for all the work that they put into serving and protecting our citizens. Thank you very much.
As I said in the beginning, I'd probably leave somebody out. Robert and Ken, Robert with the County Facility Services, Ken with the Sheriff's Office, they've been very instrumental in helping put this thing together too. George Moore, who is the captain, this is going to be his new digs out here. He's done a fantastic job, as his entire staff. This has truly, truly been a team effort, and I'm very, very appreciative of the efforts that everybody made. So with that, we're going to cut the ribbon, and then with that, you can go through and take a tour of the place. And we've got some refreshments in there. I suggest you get there before Scott does. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate. We're going to have someone that will lead you through. So if you all, folks would come up and help me cut this ribbon, we'll get this thing started. One, two, three. Fantastic. Thank you very much for being here, folks.
This is our DWI task force. We have that task force with Greensboro and High Point that they do nothing but DWI enforcement. And they, even on a Monday night, they come in like 10 a night. It's unbelievable, you know, how many people are still out there driving drunk, but unfortunately they are, so.
Terrible.
So how many people will be assigned this year?
Yeah, that's good. So,
The Luxford, for what part?
it's the interior of the whole building, pretty much. If you notice the doors right now, they have the handle, but they don't have
Oh,
the.
yeah, I see. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just this room.
Secured with the fob and everything and controlled access. This is where all the fingerprinting is compared, and like we have a fingerprint lift and we want it compared to see if we can identify them. These are the people that does that, and all these fingerprints are kept here. So it's
So where are they secured?
everything's secured by this door right here. I mean it's an access control to get in there, so you can't get in without you having access with a fob. Fob access is controlled by, you know, only limited people, so you can't come in here unless you have access to do that. Yeah, I was just telling them that y'all handle all the crime scenes, from video to photographs,
Oh,
to
yes.
fingerprints, to
And the three-dimensional scanner too now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We're good at what we do, so, and we are very successful at processing, especially for fingerprints, and we've gotten better at DNA type stuff. That technology is getting better all the time, and we've incorporated new techniques to use to actually collect the DNA. Photography, we do all sorts of different types of photography as far as using alternate light sources. You know, we can look for trace evidence using alternate light sources. We can look for fingerprints that you can't see otherwise without the alternate light source. And the three-dimensional scanner, like I said, I don't know if you've heard of that or seen that. It's kind of a cool tool we have now that we can actually scan a crime scene and put together a digital model that's three-dimensional.
360 kind of.
Yeah, 360, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it really is awesome.
You tell us he's excited about that.
Well, it really is, because
So you
like,
can stand in a room on a screen and not be in the room.
right, exactly, and you have all the measurements too, and that's the most phenomenal thing to me, because, you know, you measure a crime scene, I mean, you're human and you do a good job, but that thing within 2 millimeters is the accuracy on that thing, and that's incredible. And no matter, you know, what you need to know, you may think you've measured everything, and 2 years down the line, you realize you need some other measurement, and you've got it. I mean, you've got it because it's in that scan. It's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what they have, to be honest with you. One of the rooms eventually will have a fuming hood in it, but we do processing of different types, like the super glue fuming to get fingerprints off of things. They have a dry room where we have like bloody clothes or something like that they have to dry. They'll have a dry room. So you have these different rooms for those different types of processes. And again, we got a whole car lift here if we have to process a car and look underneath it and all through it. So the car lift was installed for this.
So this is the lift.
Yeah, this is
You need to
the,
go underneath, you don't have to crawl underneath.
Right.
You put it on here, lift it.
just like going to get your tires changed still. This will be closed off. This is still kind of part of still a crime scene here, all this area. And then starting right where this door is, this is all evidence storage. Yeah, that's the thing that moves it. Yeah.
You know, I found that when moving is a good time to clean out, so if y'all have a lot of stuff.
A deputy or somebody brings in evidence, they bring it out here, and on the other side of this, if you want to come around and look on the other side.
What is that now?
This is where the officers bring their evidence.
Oh, okay.
They come and bring their evidence here, and then the evidence control officer works on the other side. They take it out from the other side, and the chain of custody is kept intact. Yeah, this is where they check it out too. That's when they have the window. But if they have to go to court and have to come check it out, of course, everything is chain of custody has to be maintained for every item. Probably the other interesting area over here, but this is our computer forensics lab.